Howdy, Fort Bend. William Ferguson coming to you today with a special guest, number 5001, I think. But one day, I hope you all thank me for what I'm doing. We are at the Seth in the beautiful Howdy Fort Bend studio, and I have a very special guest today. Her name is Lea Simmons. Now, Lea, welcome aboard.
Hi there.
Oh, hi. It's so nice to meet you, Lea.
I should have said howdy.
You should have said howdy. See, you missed the chance. But anyhow, you'll bring it back.
Okay.
So, Lea, the reason you're here today, as I've run into you a couple of times, Lea is bold enough that she is running for the State House 76. I'm very, very proud of her. I'm proud of anyone willing to run for elected office, because you're having to put your life on hold,
Yes.
and you're doing it for people that may never appreciate you.
Every day.
Yeah. So Lea, why Lea? Why you? Why are you doing this?
2 years ago, I felt the calling when I was helping some candidates in my district, and I felt like they weren't doing what I thought they needed to do.
Wow.
So I felt like maybe a woman should take a try.
Yeah, a woman or anyone willing to do the hard work, I'd take, right?
Well, I'm willing to let anyone do the hard work.
Absolutely.
Exactly, yes.
I love that. So I have a lot of, I've had a lot of candidates on here, and I just like boldness, because you're going to face a lot of adversity from people that don't appreciate you as a rep, that don't appreciate me as a council member, and they just don't understand all that we put on hold to help them, right?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. So why now? Like, why 2024? Why is this the time for Lea?
I was advised not to run, actually, until after the presidential election.
Yeah, that makes me want to run more.
Yes, I thought, why don't I challenge it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that attitude.
Yes.
And especially, is this your first time to run?
Actually, yes. In the district, yes.
Yes. So first time to run in the district. I tell people all the time, the first time sometimes is what they call a test run, depending on how willing or how hard you're willing to work. If you're willing to work hard, you can pull it off. And I like to bring up people like Matt Morgan. You know Matt, I'm assuming.
Yes, I do, yes.
Yeah, so he had everything stacked against him. He had money, he had representatives, he had everything against him, and he worked his tail off, literally. In fact, he told me it was one of the greatest diet programs he's ever been on. Matt has put in the hard work, and he actually beat the incumbent in the recent primary for his district. So he's now going on to November to challenge for the general. So that's what I'm expecting out of you. So you're right now in a runoff, correct?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So judging by the numbers, you guys were really, really close, like 5 votes, wasn't it?
10, actually.
10 votes. 10 votes. Wow. So it got really close. So what I'm curious of, you've told me why you and why now is we need better representation, and you've had an experience that led you to this point. So what are maybe 2 of the major concerns you see that you could fix in House District 76?
I believe healthcare is very important right now. A lot of people don't have it, including myself.
Yeah. Oh, really? Okay.
Really, yes.
Very personal. Good.
Yes. And then maybe the education, I would say, for the kids.
Sure.
School choice.
Yeah. So
Yes.
you're an education and health person. I like that.
Yes.
Well, good. So you've already developed some ideas, I'm assuming, or solutions.
I'm working on them every
Good.
day. I'm watching the people, how they respond to the
Good.
questions that I ask myself. What is
good.
it that they want? And I would want to relate to that.
Well, I like that a lot. So
Yes.
you're already kind of on a mission.
Yes.
Yeah,
Every
good,
day.
good.
Yes.
So what would be the very first thing you did? Say you win the general, you win the primary, you win the general. What's going to be the very first thing you do?
I want to get health care for the elderly.
Wow, for the elderly. That's a big task because, with Social Security, Medicare, and everything else always under attack, you've got to deal with that along with whatever the state level can do.
Right. And
Yeah.
I'm trying to maybe go to the hospices and try to give them surveys and ask them what is it that they need or want
Wow.
from me.
Okay. Yeah, well, there's a lot going on. And
Yes.
so are you up for that, what is it, every 2 years you got to spend a whole session in Austin? How's that work?
Well, about 5 months out of the year.
Oh, That's a lot.
Yes, it
And the
is.
pay is really not good.
No.
Yeah, in fact, the pay is not good and the health care is not good. Being a state rep, I think you don't even get to see any kind of health care. Correct me if it's like
Not
none.
any, none.
Oh my goodness, ever. So that's an example. So, and I will tell you, I have, as a representative in the city of Sugar Land,
Okay.
we have access to health care if we pay for it, obviously. But I'm paid about $600, okay?
Hmm.
But I don't do it for the money, just like apparently you're not doing it for the money, just like school board members don't do it for the money. We do it to make things better. And ultimately, we're going to make our way while we're making things better for everyone.
Well, that's exactly at least we agree on all of these
Yeah.
things. And I know you and me have gotten along on everything pretty much.
Well, sometimes I disagree with her, but she's so nice, it's hard to disagree with her. So, any kind of other thoughts you have about things you see going on? I have 1,000 things I could talk to you about, but I don't want to overwhelm you either.
Well, make it one at a time then.
Okay, well, I'll throw one at you right now. So,
Okay.
this April, so in just a week or so, in Fort Bend County, our land appraisals are going up 25%. And all of that is determined by the CAD, the appraisal district in Fort Bend County, which is controlled by Austin. Not controlled by Fort Bend County, it's controlled by Austin. And some people are saying it's long overdue to have a 25% increase to get us back in line with the market. And some say, this is crazy. We had a 8%, a 6%, a 5%, and now a 25%. What are your thoughts, if I may? I know I'm throwing a lot at you kind of cold, but what are your thoughts about land values going up 25%?
Oh my goodness, it's just way too much. Even my parents are having that issue trying to get a home, so they have to rent.
Mm.
And even that, every 2 years, the rent goes up
No, easily.
easily. So
Yeah.
the homeowners are the ones that are paying the brunt of all
Right.
the taxes. But we also, as renters, do also.
Well, so that's one thought on my mind. The other, when you brought up education earlier,
Yes.
I got to tell you, education is under my skin. If there was anything if I were braver, okay, I've been a cop for 32 years, not
Mhm.
brave enough yet. I've been an HOA director. I've now been a city council member for several years. But if I were braver, I would take on the school district. But I got to tell you, that is a task and a half. And Austin has got to start funding our special education. They have got to start getting like all in on education because our children are suffering. And when they suffer today, they suffer their outcome of not being prepared. And so I feel like Austin maybe, and again, I don't know all the details and facts, so a lot of mine is emotional. I feel like Austin is dragging their feet on fixing our education problem. And I don't know what your thoughts are about it.
I feel the same way because when I was in school, I had to study a lot. I mean, I had to go to first grade a couple of times.
Yeah,
So I can understand kids that don't know English
sure.
or maybe you're foreign from another country like I
Right,
don't know, China, and then they come and they don't understand how to
right.
read an English book. So it's it's very sad to
Yeah.
see that.
Yeah, I feel like we need to do more there in education. I think
Yes.
school safety is certainly a big issue. I believe our power grid is a train wreck in Texas. I believe that we took too much of a bite
Mhm.
of what they refer to as renewable energy. I think Texas became the second highest generator. I don't know what the right language is. Generator of renewable energy, and yet we have blackouts or brownouts as it gets too hot or it gets too cold. It's just absolutely ridiculous.
Mhm.
And as a potential state rep, what are you going to do? How do you fix that?
Well, a lot of people are upset at the solar panels that got bombarded by I guess, how do they call it, the hailstorm?
Yes.
And that doesn't seem to be working either.
No. Yeah. So, I read an article about that, about solar panels you just mentioned,
Uh-huh.
and that is the chemicals that are in solar panels, when those panels are busted open, are now going to leach into the ground. And what are
Right.
we doing with, hundreds or thousands of acres of these leaking solar panels. And I'm thinking, come on, the state, this is an Austin matter.
Yes, I see it.
This is not a Sugarland matter. I'd be all over it, but it's an Austin matter.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know what's being done because I'm not hearing anything about it.
Well, dear sweet Andy Myers, commissioner.
Isn't he great?
Yes.
He's such a nice guy.
He's working with Avid about that.
Yeah.
Yes, so he's got his secret plan.
Yeah, he's got a secret. He better start talking about it because his re-election's coming up too.
Yes.
Yeah, Andy is a fine guy. And
Yes.
so getting back to your election race,
Yes.
so I saw you guys were neck and neck.
Mm.
So here's what I'm curious of. If you bring in more votes, if this thing flips and you win the runoff, do you believe that your opponent's going to step in and support you moving forward?
Well, I'm trying to work on one of the three,
Yeah.
but waiting for him
Yeah.
to talk to
Okay.
me. He did want to, but I was trying to be nice. Of course,
Yeah.
Leah needs to stop doing that.
Well,
But
in the same question,
yes,
will you support your opponent if he pulls out and wins the runoff? Will you step in and support your opponent?
the opponent is actually a lady.
Oh, you're okay.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Well, I did tell her no.
Yeah. Will you be nice, Leah? Hey, so any kind of thought? In fact, I know what I want to do.
Okay.
Now I want to switch over. I'm going to turn your camera on. This is your camera. That red light is all you. So this is your chance to talk directly to people that are maybe discovering you for the first time, or they've been following you and they're trying to get a feel for you. You need to tell them how they can help you win this runoff and then win the general.
Well, I've been doing a lot of word of mouth because in my area, we don't have a lot of block walkers. I don't want to depend on other people. I'm very independent in the way I think about things. And I feel like my community needs a lot of help. And it's just been a long trial for me to give up a lot of things. But I'm willing to work. I'm willing to pray for my community. I'm willing to do everything I can to make sure we all get united as a Fort Bend unit. And if Harris County wants to jump in, then maybe we can learn from them as well.
Well, I like that. So, Leah, and I love to interrupt
Yes.
because I'm going to steal. While you were speaking, I was looking at your card.
Mhm.
You have a lot of contact points for them, everything from websites to email. You have everything. It looks like you've really covered it all. Is there any particular resource or route that someone can go to most quick connect with you? Is it your email address? And if so, what is your email address?
Lea Simmons at yahoo.com.
So that's LeaCSSIMMONS at yahoo.com?
Yes.
Okay, and you have the same at .com if they want to check out your website.
Yes, I try to make it simple so that
Super.
and all you got to do is put that into your Google feed and you'll find it right away.
I love it.
Yes.
So how about money? Do you need money?
Well, yes. I'm gonna
Always. You never say no. Never, ever say no
I'm
to
going
that
to say
question.
respectfully
You
yes.
got to buy signs. You got to
Yes.
get T-shirts. So, guys, if you've not yet made your contribution to a candidate, again, every one of these shows, it's not an endorsement. It's an opportunity for these candidates to reach you. So I'm telling you now, every candidate, because I've been one, every candidate needs money. They need your time. They need your commitment. Tell your neighbors, get people to vote. So if they want to give money, they can send you an email and you can help them do that also.
Well, I also have a phone number on that card, so they
Oh,
can
perfect.
call me if they want. I'm always
Oh,
a phone call away.
yeah. So it's 832-871-1243.
Yes.
832-871-1243. So Lea Simmons is going to be waiting for your call, your email, or some sort of contact. She certainly is kind enough and she needs your help. So get involved today because your future matters to her and me, and it should matter to you. So get involved. And Lea, thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, it was a blast. Thank
Oh,
you.
you're wonderful. All right. As I always say, howdy, Fort Bend. I will see you again.